Welcome in the arena. My name's Allyson Klein, and we're coming to you from the AI Infra Summit in Santa Clara. It is a Data Insights episode, which means I'm here with Jeniece Wnorowski. Hey, Jeniece.
Hi, Allyson.
So, Jeniece, we have been talking to the most fascinating group of people at AI Infra all week. Everything from those who are designing next generation infrastructure to those practitioners that are putting it through its paces to deliver innovation for their companies. And this episode is going to be off the hook. So tell me who we're interviewing.
We have a very, very special guest today. We have Anusha Nerella, who is joined us from an AI and FinTech innovation organization. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Anusha, you've been on the program before, and we've had fantastic discussions about how AI is reshaping financial services. But for those who are engaging with you the first time, why don't you just give a little bit of background on your path in your AI journey?
Sure. So hi everyone. I'm Anusha Nerella. I'm a senior engineer at a global fintech firm. So I'm here today to act as a speaker for the AI and fintech space. And today I feel elated to be here, to be part of this organization and use my voice for the tech and innovation. I also proudly say that I'm an ambassador for Women in Tech, and I serve as active Forbes Tech Council member, where I engage audience and share my articles and my thought leadership through articles and expert panels. So that is one of the innovative way that I use to share my thoughts and thought leadership.
I love it. Well, let's talk a little bit about your thoughts around, AI and the financial services industry. So how do you see AI reshaping, FSI and other regulated industries to deliver value and or opportunities for growth?
Yeah, I would say now we are not at all in the evolving phase at all, I would say, because at this point, it is not even just a proof of concept anymore. So we are already in the implementation phase and everybody, I would say almost 70% of the organizations are ready to deploy in that cases, and they are able to say that a part of that, their data set has been tested through AI, or they might have been able to test it with confidence, I would say. AI definitely helps in getting the task done in efficient manner. And we have to consider in the scalability wise and how efficiently the data is being validated. So this everything plays major role. Using AI, majority of people think in this perspective. I think they have to change whoever is thinking in that way. AI doesn't replace people. It is just a human collaboration effort. So yeah, it has to go through because human brain always trains models or agents. So they run through human brain. So that's what I would say.
I love that. So one of the things that I think about when I think about financial services is that you are navigating this complex web of regulations, compliance, data privacy standards, security protocols, and the way that you approach AI implementation. Do you want to share some of the best practices that you and your team have discovered in terms of training AI models with this in mind?
Yeah, I would say definitely everybody have to go through this process because building AI agents, it's just not the phrase anymore. So I know this is being in the buzzword from the past few years, but it's not buzzword anymore. I would say responsibly building something is what everyone have to take care about it. So I would say building agents or feeding data, everything has to be responsibly done. So that's what we would say, responsible AI in terms of acting anything. And in order to train the models, we do not want anything in a negative manner or negative impact that has to be done. So if we train the model in such a way that it has the data accuracy, I would say unified data in this case. Unified data plays major role instead of having inaccurate data in order to train the model. Then we won't get the accurate results. So the speed and accuracy comes from there with the unified data.
Okay. Nice. You talked a little bit about, the humans are the ones training all this, so have no fear, right? But what does the human element of adoption look like across industries, and what challenges or friction do you see in building trust with users?
At the end of the day, AI is only as a trust factor that I would say. So instead of people explaining or training the model with so much of explanation, so we would give clear factors to make it understandable and generate the data respectively, I would say. So yeah, it's more of explanation oriented. Like users need so much of explanation in order to understand any concept, just like AI also require. But I would say it has to be in more detailed manner, because users are the persons who are driving this whole AI building and agents designing part. So they require more detailed, because we understand the underlying sentiment or any emotional thing that is in the part of the workflow, but how does the agents will understand? So we need to make it more precisely understandable. So that makes it more evident. So the agents will act responsibly and ethically, actually, I would say. Yeah.
From an infrastructure standpoint, what are the critical enablers that you see in terms of scaling AI across all of the different aspects of your enterprise?
Yeah, I would say like considering any corporates or even in the fintech, anywhere, large scale or small scale. So nowadays, computing part, whether it is GPUs or not, it is not playing major role right now. So because that is being handled with efficiency, because we know there are many options that are present in the market. So I would say everything has to go through the governing body. If anything that is clear in the governing part means they can able to utilize with much efficient scaling system. So enterprises can have a highly scalable applications, I would say.
So with that though, could you share some examples of how AI is transforming operational productivity and customer experience across the financial services, sector and maybe even beyond?
There are many examples, I would say. So it's not only I'm representing one sector. So I'm representing here a corporate tech sector. Since starting, I have seen so many use cases. So AI has been utilized in the co-piloting mode, whether it is for the development sake or whether it is for immediate communication purpose. So we have so many co-pilot modes available in the licensed manner. So that is one way I would say. And predicting the fraud alerts. We have trained agents, or we have ensured agents deployed in such phases where fraudulent scenarios can be predicted, because we have fed such kind of scenarios into the agents. So if that kind of scenario gets triggered, the agent will be able to predict it very precisely. So that means we trained them with fraudulent scenarios. They still need to be trained more, because we are weeks behind the fraudsters. I would definitely say we are weeks behind the fraudsters, because they are always playing role ahead. So that's what I would say. We are still implementing, but we are not fully deployed.
That's fascinating. I hadn't thought about the security repercussions as fully as when you said that, and thinking about that this is a constant vigilance moment. If we look broader, I know that you're a speaker here. I know that you're engaging with a lot of folks who are across the value chain. What do you want to see from the broader tech ecosystem that's going to help deliver responsible AI and trusted AI into the finance and enterprise sectors?
Yeah, I would definitely carry my previous statement here. Everything has to go through the regulatory and compliance in order to make it responsibly and ethically evident to apply to the enterprise sector. I don't know nowadays how the thought process is being built. In order to make a strong team, I would say we have to do the reverse training. Like we can hire engineers that are very well versed or experimented with AI technologies. We can hire them. We can use their knowledge and exposure in sharing the ideas, and we can let the seniors involve in the strategic planning by accepting their ideas and discussing further. And it becomes like collaborative effort for sure. But it's a future oriented, I would say. It's an equal opportunity here because whoever have decades of experience, but they might not be able to have they might have limited exposure towards AI-based frameworks or library utilization or the hands-on experience. So I would say this would be definitely a game changer if this has been treated as an equal opportunity.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So what advice would you give organizations or practitioners who are just kind of starting their AI journey?
I would say take it small and pick 2 or 3 clear use cases with ROI. And I would say always keep governance in control. So when you follow all these basic principles, then you would be able to see a result-oriented AI-based implementation from your end. But I would say, do not forget that it is always a collaborative effort. AI has to be a collaborative effort with human intervention. It cannot be replaced. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. That's amazing. Now, I learn something every time I talk to you, and today was no exception. So you really are pathfinding in the financial service space, and you bring such wisdom in terms of what it takes for teams to actually deliver. So thank you so much for once again coming on the show and sharing your perspectives. I know it's a busy week for you. I know that our audience is going to want to engage even further. So where can they connect with you and learn more about what you're talking about more broadly in this space?
Yeah, sure. So I'm available on various mediums. So you can follow me on LinkedIn, and I'm active Forbes Tech Council member. So I publish my articles and thought leadership towards articles. And I also mentor through ADP. So if anybody interested, just book a session and just interact with me and clear your doubts wherever you are.
That's awesome. And then that brings us to another episode's end of Data Insights. Jeniece, Anusha, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Allyson.
Much. Thank you, Allyson.